Welcome, welcome, welcome. Welcome donors, special friends, and especially our students to Bellevue University's American Dream Scholarship Luncheon. I'm John Erickson, Vice President of Advancement. We are so pleased to have all of you with us today. It's really the best day of the year for us. Today we celebrate the accomplishments of our students, the generosity of our donors, and all in this room for your encouragement and support that has provided our students opportunity to dream big for their futures through a Bellevue University education. Please enjoy your lunch as we continue the program. Now what we're gonna do is you're gonna eat your salad, then they're gonna take the salad, then they're gonna bring some meals, so all of that's gonna happen as we continue this program. Is that okay? Karn wanted me to say that because they're so good at Happy Hollow, and they said, I can't get the main course out until you get your salad done, so eat those salads. In a moment, you will hear from one of our longtime BU board members, entrepreneur and community leader, Mr. Keith Edquist, and then our Director of Scholarship and Grants, Jonna Hargens Brown, to introduce our student speakers. Then, the best part, we will hear their stories directly from them, followed by a presentation of certificates for all of the students who are here today. Does that sound like fun? I'm pretty psyched up. But first, for those who have been with us before, I'll bet you've noticed that our president, Dr. Mary Hawkins, is not with us, but she's left each of you a letter. Please allow me to highlight some key points that I believe is in the letter and sets the stage well for our celebration today. This is our 60th year anniversary of Bellevue University, and each of you in this room, through your belief in and support of our mission, has helped grow BU into a powerful institution of higher education that we are today, and that we are today with exceptional faculty, and we have some with us today, and growing partnerships throughout our community. This growth is great, but as Dr. Hawkins says, it is the relentless and fearless support of our students of all ages and circumstances and their journeys to achieve their American dreams that make this place that you have helped create through your support so special. Mary also highlighted our faculty. Do you think she'd like me talking on behalf of her? I don't know, but I'm gonna try. Mary also highlighted our faculty and staff being invested in our mission and our pursuit of new degrees, innovative delivery models, and holistic support systems that lead to better outcomes for our students. Quoting directly from her letter, resting on our past success is not in our DNA. We must be bold, collaborative, and fearless in taking calculated risks, all for students. Does that sound like Mary? This is truly a landmark time for BU. Building partnerships, innovation, and student focus will continue to guide us. Our advancement team is here to support you as your support continues to shape the future for students and the university. At the heart of our future funding goals are supporting our students because everything we do revolves around them. We hope you'll enjoy the time you have with your students today, and if we get done a little early, we would encourage you then to spend some time with them at that time. How do we open new doors to underserved students, help them start, persist year to year, and graduate? To us, this is a lifelong relationship that is at the core of our shared mission. Students, we celebrate you today and want to be there for you tomorrow. We want to hear of your future successes. Donors, your support is so important and allows us to celebrate a milestone today and know the best is yet to come. There is information about the American Dream scholarships in your program, and Jonna will share a few words a little later. But allow me to share some additional information with you. Because of you, we raise over $1 million a year and growing for this program, and with our True Pathways initiative, we'll grow our high school and community college partnerships, utilizing innovative curriculum and support systems that will also reach more students who never thought college was an option. Because of you, we have over 55 endowed funds, and along with annual support, generate over $1.5 million in student support each year. Undergraduate students who receive a sponsored scholarship persist to third term 19.3% higher and graduate 20.2% higher than non-sponsored students. Your support matters. But students say all the time it's your belief in them that your financial support symbolizes and the confidence it gives them that matters the most. So thank you for demonstrating that by being here today. With this in mind, it is my great pleasure to introduce Mr. Keith Edquist to share his motivation in establishing a scholarship and growing partnership with North High School. That is at the heart of our full court press to grow pipelines with area high schools to reach students. Keith has a 52-year relationship with Bellevue University. He is former owner and operator of the North Omaha Airport and has been a leader in Bellevue, Sarpy, and Omaha around people and things that make a difference for our community. He is a proud Omaha North graduate, and I believe, rumor tells me, a Viking of distinction. He's an entrepreneur, and I'm glad to call my friend. He really cares about students and wants them to have the best opportunity, the opportunities he did. Please help me welcome Keith Edquist.
I want to correct you as a Viking of extinction. First of all, I thought we were going to talk about baseball and basketball here today, and volleyball. But obviously we're not. First of all, thank you for having me here at this wonderful luncheon. Normally it's been at another location. I've sat in that room many times. And I have to say that today feels different. Today is personal to me. This event has been a source of information for me. It eventually sparked a question: how can I give back to Bellevue University in a way that truly changes lives? I wanted to create a gift that didn't just provide a degree, but inspired students to dream bigger than they ever thought possible. With the guidance of Mary and John, I found a way to turn that desire into a reality. To begin the process, I set up a charitable trust with the intent of providing scholarships after I die to North High graduates to attend Bellevue University. Family and friends urged me to begin the process now so that I could witness the impact myself. I'm 82 years old. Better now than later or never. As a proud 1962 graduate of North High School, I know that for many North High students, the path to a 4-year degree can feel out of reach. I wanted to return to my roots at North High and find those students who may not have considered college as an option. I wanted to tell them the door is open. I'm happy to have the first 2 students from North High who chose Bellevue University here today. I made a commitment to them to cover their tuition for all their 4 years. Next semester, they will be joined by other students from North High School with the same commitment from that charitable trust. Sitting with me today are the former students from North High School who just completed their first year at Bellevue University. Ava and CJ. Sorry, I have to do this. Sure. It's the only way you're going to get a free meal. But today is about you and some of these other students and certainly the donors. But I want to tell you a little about these 2 incredible people. CJ and Ava are full-time students at Bellevue. They live in our housing, in our dorm, and Ava lives in what we just built was some family units. So she and her little boy, what's his name? I think it's Isaiah. Sure, his name's Isaiah. He's going to be a piece of work someday. But anyway, they both have not only the full-time college, they both work part-time. And Ava mentors students for math there. Obviously, they dream big. I talked with CJ one day. I said, CJ, what do you want to be when you grow up? He says, I want to be a geologist. That's not what I want to hear. I want an accountant, or I want to, yeah, sure. He's a basketball player, if you can imagine, but he doesn't want to play basketball. He wants to go to school and get an education. But I'm urging him to play basketball at some point, but he's not on a scholarship from Bellevue University, a tremendous individual. I would like to congratulate Ava and CJ and all the students that are here. And I'm going to pass one note. What inspires me and what will inspire you is when you hear from a few of these students talking about their experience at Bellevue University. It's a touching part of what this is all about. I want to congratulate the students and you. Also, I want to say to the donors, without the students and your generosity as donors, there's no Bellevue University. Thank you.
We're on a timeline, so I got to run. Hey, are you guys eating your stuff so that we can get on to the next good deal? Keith, thank you for that. I think you guys can tell Keith really cares about his students. And I don't know how many lunches I've been invited to be a part of, but I think I'm counting at least 5 or 4 right now. So thank you, Keith, for that commitment. And now I'm pleased to introduce Jonna Hargens Brown, our Director of Scholarship and Grants. Jonna will do a quick review of the American Dream Scholarship Program and introduce our students. And if others haven't been able to come in contact with Jonna, you won't find a more dedicated person who cares about what she does and how she helps us run this program to be efficient, effective, to live up to the promise we make to you to be good stewards of your investment in us. So Jonna, with that, come on up.
Thank you, John. That actually about made me cry. And thank you, Keith, again, for sharing your story and for your continued commitment to our students. Good afternoon. As John said, my name is Jonna Hargens Brown, and I have the privilege of serving as Bellevue University's Director of Scholarships and Grants. And I have been with the university for over 19 years, and luckily have been with the Scholarships and Grants Department since its inception in 2011. I have the best job. Before we hear directly from our students, I want to briefly share with you what the American Dream Scholarship Program represents. As you've seen in your program, the scholarship exists to support students who are motivated to complete their degrees, but may face financial barriers along the way. Each year, private donor support helps students to start, persist, and ultimately graduate, and today is about celebrating that moment. What makes this program especially meaningful is that it reflects a shared belief. Donors believe in our students' potential, and our students in turn work extraordinarily hard to honor that belief. Time and again, students tell us why, while the financial support is essential, and even more so in today's economy, it has become absolutely critical, it's the confidence and encouragement that matter just as much, knowing that someone they have never even met personally believes in their future. My staff and I, Abby and Kathy, hear time and again, why did you pick me? How am I even worthy? Today, you'll hear from several graduating students whose stories represent the heart of the American Dream Scholarship Program. Each of them has taken a different path to this moment, but all share a deep sense of gratitude, resilience, and determination. It is now my honor to introduce our student speakers because you don't want to hear me anymore, even though I want to hear me. So with that, our first student speaker is James Rice. James is completing his Bachelor of Science in Supply Chain and Logistics Management and will confer his degree and walk in our June commencement ceremony. As a first-generation college student, James has balanced coursework with part-time work while mentoring peers and preparing thoughtfully for life after graduation. James actually came to us through a partnership developed with the Teammates Mentoring Program. And even his post-secondary mentor, Russ Lane, who is an employee of the university and one of our vice presidents, is here with him today. James wrote in his thank you letter, "This scholarship has significantly reduced my financial stress, allowing me to focus entirely on my studies. Hope. Hope is a strong thing to give someone, and I will never take this for granted." That touched me. Please help me welcome James Rice.
Hello, everyone. As I grew up, I never had a chance to see any of my family or close family graduate from a university. Times were tough, and I had only heard distant stories, seen plaques of bachelor's, master's, and doctorate degrees from grandparents who were old enough to remember using telegrams. When I got older, I began to wonder why that possibility wasn't for me. The answer was simple. The answer was simple. My parents and I were not fortunate enough to save for college or even seriously consider it as an option. So you can imagine a 15-year-old asking his father if he saved $57,000 for college was a little bit out of his price range. So the answer was a stern no, a sad yet honest no. But there was one part of my life that had stayed with me through thick and thin, throughout my teenage years and personal growth. Teammates Mentoring provided me not only with the resource to succeed, but with the relationships to support that and help guide me forward. Through their encouragement, I was able to take advantage of the Dream Scholarship. It was then I realized I was going to accomplish something that my parents had always wanted for me but could never provide, a higher education. Today, I'm pursuing my degree in Supply Chain and Logistics Management. I chose this field because I realized how important reliability, organization, and connections are in everyday life. Supply chains connect people, businesses, and communities. And I want to be a part of something that helps create opportunities and deliver resources to those who need it. After graduation, I plan to build a career where I can lead, solve problems, and make a meaningful impact on others, just as you have made a meaningful impact on me. Over these past 4 years, I've developed not only my character, but my understanding of the role I want to play in society. To help myself, to help others, to be reliable, and ultimately to live a life I have worked very hard for. But none of this happens alone, and it takes a village, everyone in here. To Teammates Mentoring, to my mentor Russ, to the donors, the faculty of Bellevue University, and everyone who has influenced my life along the way, thank you. Because of your support, I can become a better person for myself, for my family, and for others. And from the deepest part of my heart again, thank you.
And I would like to add that James is our first Teammates Dream Scholarship student to have graduated from Bellevue University. So we look forward to seeing that relationship with the Teammates Mentoring Program develop and grow even more. And we have also developed more relationships with some more nonprofits out in the community, hoping to bring in more students like James and others in our local community to receive a college degree as well. So thank you, James. Our next student speaker is going to be Nicole Tamsu. Nicole is earning a bachelor's degree in criminal justice with a minor in psychology and will graduate and also walk in our June commencement ceremony. She is a working professional and a mother of 4, balancing 2 jobs while completing her degree. I'm tired just reading that. Nicole plans to continue her education this fall in a master's program in applied behavior analysis, where she hopes to support neurodiverse individuals and families. She shared in her thank you, "This scholarship does more than cover costs. It provides reassurance, encouragement, and motivation to keep moving forward." Please help me welcome Nicole Tomsu.
I was raised by 2 strong Hispanic women, my mom and my grandma, women who came from the States from Puerto Rico, starting over, not because life was easier that way, but because they hoped it could be better for the next generation. We didn't always get it right. We failed and learned together, but they showed up and showed me what it looks like to keep going even when life got complicated. Growing up as an only child meant I learned early how to figure it out by myself. That independence wasn't optional, it was survival. And I didn't know it then, but all those lessons were preparing me for everything that came next. At 16, I became a mom myself. The resilience that became real. I was a teenager walking the halls, right next to all of the other people, just with my 10-month-old baby, determined to graduate just like my classmates, and I did. But life didn't suddenly get easier after that. Like many of us, I've had moments where everything felt overwhelming, where I was exhausted, stretched thin, and unsure if I could keep going. But I kept going anyways. I kept showing up, one day at a time, one assignment at a time, one class at a time. And the reason was simple. My kids were watching me. They watched me study after long days. They watched me write my papers with a toddler on my lap, and then another toddler, and then another toddler. They watched me doubt myself and cry. They always told me I could do it, and then I kept going. My kids weren't just my motivation. They were the reason I pursued my degree in the first place. I wanted to build a stable life for them, something solid, something steady, something better than what I started with. I wanted them to see what was possible, not just to hear about it on the movies. I wanted them to know that their future was bigger than their circumstances, bigger than the challenges that they were born into, and bigger than the moments that try to break us. I am also the first person in my family to graduate, and while that should be a moment everyone celebrates, the truth is, not everyone takes my education as seriously as I wanted. Not everyone shows up for you, even when you wish they would. Not understanding the feeling of pride in doing something that not everyone achieves. To be able to say, I did it, I really did that. But standing here today, I'm reminded that sometimes the people who cheer loudest for you are the ones that you expect. They are the ones who walked beside you, believed in you, held you up when you were tired. Those are the people who helped me get here. For me, that person was my wife. She stood beside me through every essay, through every exam. Every night I questioned myself whether I was capable of finishing this degree. Full-blown panic attacks because I can't be the one who missed this deadline, right? Her confidence in me never wavered, even when mine really did. My family, the one I built, became my motivation, my anchor. I want to say this very clearly. Receiving this American Dream Scholarship from Bellevue University meant so much to me. I can't even express it. I genuinely would not have been able to finish my last semester without you guys. That support did not just help me financially, it reminded me that people believed in me, my potential. Even when I was running on fumes, it made the moment possible. So what comes next for me? I'll be attending Cabela's University to earn my master's degree in applied behavioral analysis. After that, I'll take my board certified exam to become a BCBA. My goal is to serve my community and my clients with the same message that carried me through my own journey. We can do hard things. I want every client I work with to know that they are more than their neurodiversity, that all communication is communication, and that when we accommodate people, truly see them, truly support them, they thrive just like all of us. I see my kids learning that their future is bigger than their circumstances. I see my younger self, the 16-year-old mom who refused to give up, finally exhaling, and I see the truth that has carried me through every challenge. We can do hard things. To my classmates, to every person who pushed through life and showed up, this moment belongs to all of us. Si se puedo, si se puede. Thank you.
Thank you, Nicole. And she did say it exactly right. One step at a time is what each one of them have taken. Our next speaker is Terry Colonji. Terry is pursuing a Bachelor of Science in Kinesiology, where he is a high-achieving student, a resident assistant in our on-campus student housing, and a member of the men's distant track team. An international student, Terry is preparing for a future career as an occupational therapist with a strong commitment to service and leadership. In his thank you, Terry wrote, "This scholarship gives me a sense of belonging and purpose. It reminds me that my efforts are recognized and supported." Please join me in welcoming Terry Colonji.
Hi, everyone. I want to say thank you to everyone for the two people's speeches. It was really amazing to kind of hear not just me, but just like other people's speeches as well. Where to begin? My parents worked very hard to bring me here to the United States as an international student from South Africa. And they worked so much that I really wanted to also help them as much as I could. I have 3 younger brothers, and one of them wanted to come to Bellevue University. And when he told me his dream to come to Bellevue University, and I asked my parents that if he could come to the university, they said that the budgeting for like him coming to the university and keeping me there would be a bit difficult for him and me to handle. So I took being an RA and also working as an international student at the ISS to also help with my parents' burden at working to support my brother and also in hidden streams. I love helping people a lot, especially being an RA, helping new people from campus who needs like support, especially international students who might not understand how the culture works and etc. And the ISS, I want to say I'm truly grateful to them, as we had so many amazing adventures, doing events, learning about each other's cultures. We did a Chinese dance the other day, and if you guys really want to come see a Chinese dance, we have a Chinese dance tomorrow at Bellevue University's library at 2 o'clock. Be there, be sharp. I don't know where to begin, but I just truly grateful to be part of the ISS team, as they helped me in my first 2 years here being in the university, and not learning about like the culture would be a bit difficult, especially with like not having my family close to be on my side. I treat them as like my second family, and I'm truly grateful for them. Another thing I would like to say, I'm grateful for the donor for donating the scholarship for me, and I really want to work hard to become an occupational therapist, as I really want to help people rehab and focus more on the injuries. Thank you for everyone to hear my speech. Thank you.
Thank you, Terry. And I know that Julie Verbley and Socorro Carrera in the International Student Services Office are very instrumental in helping our international students acclimate to the United States when they come over, and help them seek out and get resources such as this scholarship. So thank you to you both for what you do in helping these students as well. Our next student speaker is Mackenzie Gregory. Mackenzie earned her Bachelor of Science in Health Science degree back in March and was a first-generation college student. She worked full-time as a physical therapy assistant while completing her degree, with plans to pursue her doctorate in physical therapy. So I'm curious to hear if she has started. Mackenzie is also deeply involved in mentorship and wellness outreach in her community. She said in her thank you, "Growing up, living paycheck to paycheck, I never imagined pursuing a doctorate level degree. This scholarship makes those dreams possible." And she may look a little familiar to you as well, but I can let her tell you why. So help me welcome Mackenzie Gregory.
Thank you for that fabulous introduction. And I may look familiar, maybe a little bit. I've been on Bellevue's, TikTok every once in a while. I'm the current Miss Nebraska in the Miss America program. So the Bellevue partnership, the Teammates partnership, I love seeing these partnerships because this is how impact in the community and in the state as a whole are made possible. The impact that is in this room are because of those partnerships. So first and foremost, I want to say thank you to every one of you who donates your time, your talents, your treasure to make this possible for people and students like myself and the other students who just spoke. Again, I'm a physical therapist assistant. I was working full-time. I was doing all of the things. But growing up, I didn't realize that that was even a possibility for me. A little bit about my background. I wanted to be a professional dancer and a paleontologist when I grew up. So I think the physical therapy route was a little bit better of a choice, but my barriers were not only financial, but they were also that belief. The belief that someone like me could have this possibility, could have this dream, and make it a reality. Growing up, money was tight. It was always an undertone in really every conversation. I didn't even have the idea of college. That wasn't even a thought, that parents help their kids with college. That's an option. Right? I knew that college was going to be my responsibility to take care of if I chose to go that route. I remember going to the grocery store often, and we only had $10 to take there and get a week's worth of meals. So that made 50-cent macaroni and cheese. We ate a lot, macaroni and cheese and hot dogs. Ate that a lot. We fell in that gap that we made a little bit too much to receive any sort of assistance, but not enough to really make ends meet. So the credit card debt kept adding up and adding up and adding up. We cleaned the dance studio. That was our Saturday morning ritual. We would go to the dance studio and the taekwondo gym and clean those so that we could exchange that for lessons, in addition to the 6 lessons that I was teaching and the 6 lessons that I was taking on my own. So needless to say, my story is not unique in any way. My story is one of many. My parents sacrificed, but I knew that college was going to be my responsibility. And that debt was scary. Knowing that I could have tens of thousands of hundreds of thousands of dollars in debt was very scary for me, especially seeing my parents' financial situation and how that affected them in their day-to-day life, in their relationships, and in their work-life balance as well. So I want to say thank you again for your generous donation, time, and intention. Because of you, I've been able to graduate almost debt-free from this university, from Bellevue University. The Dream Scholarship came at the perfect time. And I will use this degree to continue towards a doctorate in physical therapy. I have not started yet. I have been a little busy. In the meantime, though, because of the scholarship, my time as Miss Nebraska and a number of other mentors who have poured into me, I will be launching my very first business, which is another topic that I just never thought that I could achieve. I never ever thought that I would be able to launch a business, let alone speaking in front of an entire room full of people. So I will be launching my speaking business, my health coaching business, alongside my work as a physical therapist assistant until I can get my doctorate. So thank you so much again, and congratulations to the other graduates and recipients in this room here today.
Thank you, Mackenzie. And I'm sure the rest of you didn't know that you would be here today either. So it's amazing where life takes you. Our final student, I didn't know if he was going to make it today, but I got word that he did, so I am glad. Our final student speaker is Hector Ramirez. Hector recently also completed his degree and earned a Bachelor of Science in Business Administration with an emphasis in Human Resource Management. He too was a first-generation college student as well, and a full-time professional husband and father who has balanced family and work and academics while maintaining an exceptional academic record. Sounds like many of our Bellevue University students. This year, Hector was honored with multiple scholarships and has received multiple throughout his time here, reflecting both his academic excellence and his perseverance. In one of his thank you messages, Hector wrote, "This scholarship is not only financial relief, it is a reminder that my hard work matters and that others do believe in my future." So please help me in welcoming Hector Ramirez.
Hello, everyone. My name is Hector Ramirez. First of all, I want to thank all the donors for helping my education here at Bellevue University. I'm very grateful. If it wasn't for everybody's support, I wouldn't be here today. I have to admit, this is my first time speaking in front of a large group. I'm very nervous. I've been avoiding a moment like this since I've been in high school. I did drop out of speech, and here we are today. I spent many years telling my 16-year-old son, who's a junior now in high school, how important personal challenges can be, especially learning how to be comfortable when uncomfortable. I've said this more times than I can even remember. The message is exactly what brought me here today, because at one point you have to practice what you speak. As a child of immigrant parents, I'm proud to share it with everyone. I'm a first-generation university graduate. My parents faced many obstacles that taught me values, which still guide me today. I never forget where I come from. Cultural awareness, self-identity, and breaking generational patterns. Growing up, my parents made it clear that education offered many opportunities, that they never gave up. Now that I'm older, I understand and value everything that they did. Their sacrifices, the long hours, hard choices, and the constant push that they put their children first is something that is a constant reminder to never take anything for granted. A mindset that motivated and what got me through my degree, and I owe my achievements to them. Although I can never fully repay them, I do my best to honor them and never settle and accomplish the things that would continue to make them proud. Bellevue University scholarships made a big impact for me and achieved my first and finished my degree. Without the support, I would not have graduated with honors, knowing that not everybody is given an opportunity for scholarships. Every scholarship that I would receive always motivated me and would encourage me to keep pushing, never give up, even through the long nights when I wanted to stop. I always made a personal commitment and disciplined myself and would always give my absolute best. Because this, it also motivated me because of my 16-year-old son and would show him that grades do matter. I would also like to thank my academic advisor, Wendy Smith, whose guidance also helped me to stay focused. I'm grateful to all the scholarship donors who believed in my potential and made it possible for me to stand here today. Bellevue University did more than help me earn my degree. It helped me grow as an individual, step out of my comfort shell, and gain confidence to communicate more effectively, both personally and professionally. I learned how to value mentorship, which encouraged me to seek guidance in my workplace to build a career path towards my career goals. At my work desk, I keep a calendar with daily motivational quotes. Yesterday's quote stood out to me, especially knowing that I would be here today. It said, "Goals without a plan are just dreams." That really stuck with me because I'm a strong believer that hard work works. Dreams only become reality when you are willing to put effort even when it feels difficult. That belief is a big part of what drew me here to Bellevue University. As a full-time employee, a parent, flexibility really matters. Bellevue's online course made it possible for me to balance family, school, and work. I'll admit I was hesitant at first, especially at the time when I first enrolled. When my son was 13, he told me, "You're too old to go back to school." But what he didn't realize is that me going back to school was a way of setting a standard, not just for him, but for all my nieces and nephews and close friends as well. Completing my degree also showed everybody that learning does not have an expiration date. I did face many personal moments that tested my focus during my academics, including my son. When he was a freshman, he tore his ACL when he played football. Taught me patience that I did not have. I also experienced the loss of my father during this time. Those moments reminded me that life doesn't pause when you're trying to chase a goal. Throughout my journey, I learned that the importance of trusting God, even when things didn't make sense to me. My education helped me move forward in ways that went beyond my coursework. Coming from a humble household as a Hispanic man who tends to put everyone in front and struggles to ask for help, I learned to break generational patterns. Through my coursework, I welcomed the importance of positivity, communication, and how to build relationships to motivate people. These lessons have shaped how I lead, how I support others, and continue to grow personally and professionally. Looking ahead, I plan to continue growing in my current career while applying these skills that I've gained. I'm focused on building strong professional relationships, developing as a leader, staying open to future opportunities that allow me to mentor others and give back in meaningful ways. This degree is not the end of my journey, but it's a foundation of what comes next. I want to say thank you to the people who stood beside me throughout my journey, to my wife, Grace. Thank you for your patience. To my son, Damien, thank you for putting up with me through my late nights, weekends. My family, friends, and everybody who supported me. You're not unnoticed. I want to dedicate this moment to my father, and all my accomplishments is a reflection for everything that he's taught me. Thank you.
And this is what I do all day, I cry. Yep, these students make me cry. I read Hector's story, so I know about his father, and my gosh. Yes, it's very touching what he's unfortunately been through. So thank you, Hector, for sharing your story. And thank you again to all of our student speakers for sharing your stories so openly. And even the rest of our students here today for sharing your stories and your applications, for being vulnerable, for opening yourselves up and putting yourselves out there. It's not easy to do, and we do appreciate that because it helps us to get to know you, and it helps us to be able to share with the supporters who they are supporting. So I know that that can be sometimes tough to do, but thank you for that. Each of you does represent not only the academic achievement that you've attained, but the resilience and commitment and the belief in yourselves, and that education can open doors for yourselves, your families, and your communities. We are incredibly proud of all of you, and so grateful that you took the time to share your journeys with us today. And to our donors and all of our supporters and board members in the room, thank you for investing in our students. And all of the students that aren't here today, the impact of your generosity is real, and it is very well felt, as you can see. So thank you again for that. At this point, we're going to move into the certificate presentation portion of our program. So happy time for our attending graduates. So I'd like to invite all of our graduating scholarship students to begin lining up in the hallway. Abby will be in the back there to assist you to get in line. So if you want to head to the back. And then I'd like to ask John Erickson, our Vice President for Advancement, and then Dr. Matt Davis who is our Executive Vice President of Administrative Services, Dean of the College of Technology, Engineering, and Management, and the Dean of the College of Business, because he has lots of titles, to join me up here to present our certificates and take photos. And then I would also like to ask Julie Verbally, who is our Director of Global Partnerships, to join me at the podium to assist in the presentation for our graduates as well. Okay, so hopefully she's got them in line back there. They're just going to appear out of nowhere. So we'll start with Melissa Acers. Just gotta get the timing just right. Shannon Aquisto. She knew I was trying hard on her name.
So close, still so close.
Tara Bierman. Yeah, don't go away. They're all trying to run away. Meant to say, go away. Natasha Cordosa.
Chan Yuchan.
Latasha Drake. Hannah Etherton. It's like nobody's standing on the tape.
Nobody's seeing it.
Truman Forey. Oh, Joseph's not here. He's not here. So skip him and then Mackenzie. Mackenzie Gregory. Datu.
Wei Chen Huang. Okay, how to say that? Oh, you do. You want to do it? Yeah.
Terry Kalonji.
Why you stay there? No. This is graduate.
That's true. And that's Savannah, yeah. Savannah Kuiper.
Liao Zichuan. see this. Nín nán chưa?
I love it. Jacob Mead.
Both here.
Cassidy Mead. They're married. They got married while in school. I love it. Samantha Nizam. Kimberly Orozco. Hector Ramirez. James Rice. Audrey Sanford.
My favorite volleyball. Yeah.
She's not here. Dana Snyder. And then there's the back. Nicole Tamzu. Khalid Wahid. Oh, yes, yes. Carly Walker.
Wang Haoyun. Wang Boyin.
Calvin Weir.
Nobody's staying.
He's a very tall guy. He looks so small. And last but not least, Erica Woodside. Okay, that's everybody. Once again, congratulations to all of our attending graduates. John, I'll turn it back over to you to wrap things up for us.
I can't believe it. Everybody check your watches? Pretty darn good, I'd say. All right. All right, well, as long as I don't screw it up. What a wonderful celebration. Weren't our students tremendous? Let's give them a round of applause. I tell you what, sometimes you work really hard and you kind of get like discouraged because work's hard, right? You got to work. Hearing these stories, how about building this up? What a great place to be to hear those stories. So thank you, students, for sharing it. To our donors in this room, thank you for making it happen. For your commitment to BU and our American Dream Scholarship Program, Keith, thank you. He didn't really want to do this, but thank you for sharing your motivation, leadership, vision for our North High partnership, and as a great example to fuel our commitment to growing relationships with student pipelines with other area schools. Do we have a representative of North High School here today? Want to wave your? Yeah, thank you for being here. Jen Ryan. Mary never allows me to do this, but I say it all the time. Dr. Hawkins, thank you for your leadership. Anybody who's ever been a part of her sphere knows how exciting it is, and this university is absolutely on fire. Her leadership, your support, unbelievable. Our students for sharing their stories. We talk about it all the time. You're why we exist. Jonna, Abby, and our scholarship team, these folks work really hard. Thank you for that. Julie, thank you for your help with our international students and our advancement team for your hard work in putting this together. Things like this don't just happen. There's a lot of work that goes behind the scenes. Natalie, Kat, Ann, thank you for that. We do take some guidance from Chris Haymerchant too. You see these little spots on to keep Dr. Davis and me in the right place? Thank you, Chris, for that. Thanks again to everybody. See you next year. And students, please gather for pictures. Where do we want them to gather? Anybody know? Back? Back for pictures. Thank you, everybody. See you next year.